We hugged in the parking lot, Ron Washington and I, just minutes after he told his Texas Rangers players that he tested positive for cocaine. That was 4 years ago. This time, after dropping another bombshell Friday afternoon, Washington strangely was not around to explain. He simply left a prepared statement, announcing that he was resigning after 8 years as manager of the Rangers. And this time, instead of an embrace or a conversation, Washington merely left this message for me. "I'll be back," Washington told USA Today Sports in a text message. "Need some time." Washington, 62, informed Rangers GM Jon Daniels of his decision Friday morning, met with his team and coaching staff in the afternoon, and disappeared. He says he resigned for personal reasons, asking us to respect his privacy, but leaving Daniels to deny it involves drug use. While we don't want to touch on any of the specifics, Daniels says, Ron has given us permission to say this is not drug-related. Yet, while we don't know the reason, and Washington isn't ready to tell us, we can't help but fear the worst, praying he is okay. We just hope he has a speedy recovery, Rangers third base coach Gary Pettis, one of his closest friends, told Dallas Star reporters, and gets back on his feet soon. It really doesn't matter what the specific reason, but you know it's got to be pretty serious for Washington to walk away. He's a baseball junkie. He's honest to a fault, and perpetually accountable, loyal beyond belief. There is not a manager in today's game who is more loved by his players and respected by the organization. Forget about all of the statistics that reveal he was the greatest manager in Rangers history, leading the franchise to back-to-back American League pennant, 3 consecutive postseasons, and 5 winning seasons in a row. He's admired and beloved for simply his soul and character. Who doesn't love Ron Washington? Rangers owner Bob Simpson says. "I care a lot for the man." The Rangers, in particular former President Nolan Ryan and Daniels, showed their loyalty and support for Washington back in 2009 when he tested positive for cocaine. It was during the All-Star break when Washington was back home with friends in his hometown of New Orleans, and tried it, he said, for the first time. That night, he told USA Today Sports, "I screwed up. You know, you got the devil on one shoulder, and the mother, bleep, on the other shoulder. I just screwed up. I brought shame to my family. I hurt a lot of people. It was torture." Washington immediately offered his resignation. "I thought I lost everything I ever worked for in life," Washington said. "If not for Jon Daniels and Nolan Ryan, I wouldn't be here. They supported me. I asked them to help save my reputation. And they did. Now, Daniels is coming to his aid again, supporting him as a friend." Daniels was aware of Washington's troubles a few weeks ago, but instead of Washington merely taking a leave of absence for the rest of the season, he resigned. It was a stunning decision simply because no one loves the game more than Washington. "We looked at a variety of different things," Daniels says. "Ultimately this was right for him. I understand knowing a little bit more about what's going on, why he needs to be doing what he's doing. I respect that. Still, it leaves so many questions, catching his closest friends in the game by surprise. Today, I have submitted my resignation from the job I love, managing the Rangers, in order to devote my full attention to addressing an off-the-field personal matter," Washington said in a statement. "As painful as it is, stepping away from the game is what's best for me and my family. I deeply regret that I've let down the Rangers organization and our great fans. Over the past 8 seasons, it's been a privilege to be part of some of the best years in club history, and I will always be grateful for the opportunities I've had here, and for the great management, players and coaches who have made our time here a success. Thank you for respecting my privacy." The Rangers had every intention in the world, Daniels said, in bringing Washington back for 2015, refusing to hold him responsible for a season in which they've used a major league record 63 players and 40 pitchers. It was solely Washington's decision, the Rangers say, and it had nothing to do with drugs. Nothing to do with the Rangers' 53-87 season. Nothing to do with a contract extension. This has certainly been a difficult season for our major league club in terms of on-field performance, Daniels said, but we were looking forward to moving ahead with Ron as our manager in 2015. The Rangers will turn to bench coach Tim Bogart to be their interim manager, but no matter how he fares, no matter how many games the Rangers win, the attention will remain focused on just what led Washington to resign. This man exemplified the power of resiliency in the game of baseball, growing up in the housing projects in New Orleans, and spending 36 years in professional baseball before finally getting a chance to manage, replacing Buck Showalter. Wash, he's a survivor, man, Daniels told USA Today Sports several years ago. Let's be honest, people have been doubting him his whole life. He wasn't supposed to get a professional contract. He wasn't supposed to get to the big leagues. He wasn't supposed to be a big league coach. He wasn't supposed to get a manager's job. You better be careful when you put limits on somebody. It's no different now. Let's not jump to assumptions. No need for rumors or speculation. Let's sit back and permit Washington tell us what happened. He deserves that from us. And, don't worry, he says, he'll be back. After all, as Washington tells us, I'm a baseball man.